right, we gotta get this going. Of course, I think that's a good idea. We'll find out in the next hour. Let's hit it. Yeah, no, let's go live. Welcome to the Dutch and Denver podcast. We're back, or I'm back. Sorry that I've been gone for a while. Just a lot of stuff going on. Doctor's appointments. The Avs played a lot too, and I usually record at night. And if the Avs game is on, I'm probably not going to record. Going to watch the Avs. They're on now, and I'm watching over here. So, we'll see how things go. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're offending a lot of people tonight. But it will all make logical sense, which I know doesn't really pander to the left or some of you, but it makes perfect sense in my head, and it should make perfect sense in your head. Let's see. Where should we even start? I honestly don't know. This week, since I've been off or doing other things, and I'm sorry there was no Friday Night Live podcast. I know you guys love that. I think the Avs were on, or I just was drunk and didn't do it. Oh, actually, I'll get on track, but coming up in the next week or two, we may or may not have some special guests. Real special, not like my idiot friends from Xbox. I want my brother to come. He's gonna be visiting with his children, my two nephews, for maybe 10 days a week, 2 weeks a month, who knows. I'd like to have him on. I'm not sure he will do it, but I will convince him. And you guys should hop on the old interwebs. Find me on the Twitter at Dutch the Beast, at Dutch in Denver. No I, just the letter N. And show some support and be like, yeah, we want to talk to Dutchy's brother. And maybe he'll come on and we talk to him for an hour. He's fun. We'll give him, 100 proof liquor and we can have a fun hour or so. Also, his wife will be here. I think she'd be fun on a podcast. No, she'd be fun. I don't know what we would talk about because her and I, besides drinking, have little in common. But it'd be fun to talk to her. She is going for a very interesting job. She's had very interesting jobs, and I want to find a way that we can talk about this without getting her in trouble or anything like that. But I think it'd be fun to have them. So we're going to work out the logistics of this, but I think it'd be really cool to do. And you guys really get on the interwebs, and then I can show them, be like, hey, these people want to hear you. They'll be better than Kyle or Blip and RJ. They'll be better than Batman. He was, Batman was fun. I like talking to him. But yeah, so this is coming down the chute in the next week or two. I think it'd be fun to do it with them. The kids can't talk yet, or we get them on, because who doesn't love kids on a podcast? Especially one with video. They would do fun things. It'd be great. But yeah, at Dutch the Beast, at Dutch in Denver. No I, just the N, just the letter. Had to do it. But yeah, let us know that this is something you guys might be interested in. Because I'm interested. I love talking to my brother, and get some things on record. Okay, so this past week or Jesus. I guess we could start with last night. Some overrated, entitled Hollywood actress got on TV with another overrated billionaire and talked about how she doesn't want to be a princess anymore. Or never want to be. Who the fuck cares? This is my point of this. This is why we're going to talk about this. I don't fucking care about the royals. If you live in America, you should not either. We actually fought a war, so we don't have to give a shit about them. I will never understand the obsession with the British royal family from an American perspective. Literally, in 1776, we dumped them. Fuck them. The one's cute. The brunette's really cute. I think she's very pretty. I do like her. I do not care, though. Like, just a picture of her, good. What the hell is she doing? Fuck that. Don't care. And none of you should care. And if you're entertained by that, I feel sorry for you. And I think you're stupid. Maybe not stupid, but come on. Who fucking cares? Literally, we fought a war to get rid of these people so we didn't have to care about them anymore. We won. We don't give a shit anymore. And for an entitled, pompous, and I'm going to say all that stuff, entitled, pompous Hollywood actress who's completely out of touch with reality to get on TV and complain to a billionaire that she doesn't want to be a princess, and then we look at her as like, oh, poor her. Holy shit! What the fuck happened? Where did we go wrong? That I don't want to be a princess. Oh, poor you. Give me a hug. Let's cry about Jesus. Fuck me. And there is the problem with us today. The world in general. And we're going to get much deeper into this. Yeah, fuck the royals. Who cares? I mean, don't really fuck them, but who gives a shit? Let's see. Mr. Potato Head is gone. Apparently he offended someone. An inanimate toy object is pissing people off. So now it's just going to be Potato Head. Does that delegitimize Mrs. Potato Head? Because they do make her. I think she had a bow or something. Are they just all going to be potato heads? Because, potatoes have genders and Jesus Christ. Do you see where I'm going with this week? Like, I don't know where to start, and I'm not sure on how to make a coherent thought about this because it's so incoherently crazy that, I mean, what do you say about this? If your life goal is to ungender Mr. Potato Head, fuck off. Really, fuck off. You've got to... Okay, so yeah, what are we going to do with Mrs. Potato Head? Mr. Potato Head is gone. He's just Potato Head now. But potatoes really have head? Isn't he just potato? That's discriminatory towards people with heads. Fuckers. And that goes another, like, Dr. Seuss has been banned from the Dr. Seuss Foundation, who publishes his books, has decided they're not going to publish 6 of his books. Now, the 6 books they chose to stop publishing are somewhat irrelevant. I think the most famous one is If I Owned a Zoo, or Ran a Zoo, I don't know. And we're ditching it because there's an illustration of an Asian or an Oriental or someone of that descent with slanty eyes, like, smaller, not as round eyes, using chopsticks, and people are fucking pissed. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but folks over in Asia tend to have those facial features, and son of a bitch, they use chopsticks. So while it's a cartoon, it's an accurate representation a little bit. Should we get mad about books that have Americans with wide eyes and forks? Fuck. The crazy part is that we're giving into this, and no one's pushing back. And if you're pushing back, no, you're not. You're just going along with it and putting your head in the sand like an ostrich. And unfortunately, that's what we have to do, because the giant media machine and the Democrats will cancel your fucking ass and you'll be fired. I say no more. I'm going to try and buy Dr. Seuss and share it with an effort's coming out. We're all going to read So I Own a Zoo, and we're going to point out the Chinamen. Oh, more on cartoons. Fucking Pepper the Pew's a goddamn racist. Apparently. So somebody for the New York Times, and I think his name is Blow. I've read this earlier, and I'll paraphrase because I don't want to pull it up now because the abs are on. But it wrote an article about how Pepe Le Pew is contributing to rape culture, or rape. That's it. No, there's nothing about it. So let me start at the beginning. Rape culture isn't a thing. There's no culture that says rape is good. Okay, it's a crime. It's like murder, stealing. They're crimes. There's no murder culture. There's no culture that's like, oh yeah, murder's fine. Fuck it, yeah. There's no culture that's like, yeah, rape, it's fine. There's no culture that says stealing is fine. Well, touchy subject. I think the Democrats believe that if you steal because you're hungry, it's okay, and you just didn't vote for them enough. But there's no culture that accepts this as just the norm. So there's no rape culture. That in itself is an oxymoron or an anomaly or something stupid. But to label Pepe Le Pew, and again, if you guys don't know about this, you're listening to the wrong podcast and you should just check out now. But Pepe Le Pew was a French skunk who tried to seduce women in the cartoon, and he always failed for a myriad of reasons. The one that they cited was, he forcibly kisses and hugs a cat who looks like a skunk, but she's not a cat, or she is a cat and not a skunk, and that's why it doesn't work out, because she's a cat and he's a skunk. So he forces himself upon the cat, and she physically resists. And then he might lock her in a room or something like that. And then the cherry on top is that they don't even let her speak. Well, if you're not a complete fucking moron, you understand why she doesn't speak. Because Pepe Le Pew is a skunk and he speaks skunk. She's a cat and doesn't speak skunk, so we won't understand what she says if we understand what he says. So it doesn't work. It doesn't fit. That's just the beginning. If I watched Pepe Le Pew, I thought he was funny. I mean, it's like Tom and Jerry. Tom always beats Jerry. Is Tom a abusive fucker because he beats up on a cat? Probably. Fuck Tom. Jesus Christ. Wait. No, Tom's a cat. Jesus Christ. Jerry's the mouse. So is Jerry an abusive towards the cat? Absolutely. He physically abuses cats. He's an animal abuser, and well, it's a cartoon, and you shouldn't take. Oh, cartoons aren't real. Wow. So when I see Jerry beating Tom, again, as a kid, I watched Tom and Jerry, and I watched Jerry take it out on Tom, and I didn't go up to my cat and blow him up with dynamite. I just thought it was a funny cartoon. And when I watched Pepe Le Pew, I didn't go to the little girl in kindergarten and force myself on her and then lock her in a room. No, that never happened. But we gotta cancel Pepe, and while we're at it, get rid of fucking Jerry. That guy's a little shit. And get rid of Seuss and get rid of Mr. Potato Head. Fuck Mrs. Potato Head. Get rid of her too, because that classifies gender. And do we not see the insanity of this? So Mein Kampf, that's the book that Hitler wrote that has, maybe done a lot of damage to the world. That's still on eBay. But the Dr. Seuss books, nope, fuck that. Those gotta go. Those are too damaging to society. But Mein Kampf, yeah, Hitler's manifesto is A-OK with eBay. Hey, eBay, fuck you. Really. And anybody who's on board with getting rid of Pepe, Jerry, I don't think anybody's come out for Jerry yet. I'm just using an example. But Pepe, Dr. Seuss, and the Potato Heads, fuck you. Seriously. You are exactly what's wrong with this country. And there's not a lot wrong with this country. It's still pretty damn good, other than the insanity. But yeah, it's fuck off. I don't have anything else to say about that. There's nothing you can say to that. There's no logical argument to counteract an irrational, insane person. Because if you look at Pepe Le Pew and you think that proliferates rape culture, which doesn't exist, oh, but drunk frat boys, that was rape culture. Oh, this is going to get me in trouble. But in college, drunk frat boys did sleep with drunk women, co-eds, whatever you want to call them. And I tend to think that in the morning, the co-ed might have regretted her decision. I understand that rapes occur in college. I absolutely understand that. And I understand that bad things happen when rape is involved. But I'll tell you what, Pepe Le Pew did not contribute to that at all. Also, it's a crime. If two people are drunk and end up sleeping together and it doesn't work out, that's not rape. Rape is forcible, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's an uncomfortable subject because it is a crime, and there are victims of rape that should be acknowledged, and the person who committed that crime should be nailed to the fucking wall. I'm looking at you, Como, you piece of shit. Last time we were on there, he was up to 2 or 3. Now it's many, many more. And transition. Yeah, so Como's got other accusers now. And he just blew it off as misinterpretation. I've seen a lot of liberals who are saying, hey man, once you deal with Kavanaugh, we'll deal with our rapist. Fucking think about that. That's not the way this works. First of all, if you believe Ballsy Ford to a T, you're fucking retarded. Did something happen to her in college that she was uncomfortable with? Maybe. Was it Kavanaugh? Absolutely fucking not. You remember everything except when, where, who, and except Kavanaugh. You remember that guy, but you don't remember anybody else. That's insane to me that you would buy into that shit. But let's just, for argument's sake, say, yeah. No, let's not, because that'd cast a shadow. Fuck that. Kavanaugh didn't do it, and for you to sit there and say, hey, when you acknowledge Kavanaugh as a rapist, we'll acknowledge Como as a rapist. That's not how this works. This isn't tit for tat. Or it is, because that's the way liberals work. The Me Too movement was a joke to them, and no one else. The Me Too movement was a serious thing. Yes, there were people who were sexually assaulted or raped and didn't come forward for fear of not being believed or fear of vindication or something like that, and that's a goddamn problem. But for you to sit back and be like, well, we're not going to do anything about our team until your team does something about them. No, that's bullshit. That's not the way that this works. Me Too was founded on believe every woman. And we believe Ballsy Ford. She got up there and she just lied under all. And again, if you believe that, I can't fucking help you. But that's a terrible example. Como has overwhelming evidence against him, and people are just like, well, you know, let's hear him out. But when it came to Kavanaugh, no, guilty, fuck him, off with his head. And now we just, well, let's hear him out. Do you see the double standard? Of course you don't, because you're a moron. So yep, that Como has more accusations and no one is doing anything about it. His brother and Don Lemon are over there having a great fucking time. They don't think it's funny. They're just not going to talk about it. And is it a cover up for all the old people Como killed in the nursing homes? Maybe. But I mean, what's worse, murder or rape? I know he didn't rape anybody yet. But I mean, sexual assault still, if you make someone uncomfortable, you're a piece of shit. All right, what else do we have? Oh, let's see. Camirado. Oh, no, this is. We'll get to call Camirado in a second. So this is awesome. I can't remember where I was or what I was doing, but some guy came on the radio, or maybe I saw it on Twitter, but I found an article real quick on the house. Is your baby racist? This is the insanity that I can't even begin. So the title of this is the Arizona Department of Education has created an equality toolkit claiming that babies show first signs of racism at 3 months. 3 months old, and that white children remain strongly biased in favor of whiteness by age 5. And the toolkit they provide. So I'll read you the first thing. Let's start here. This is a 3-month thing that we touched on. At birth, babies look equally at faces of all races. So this is at birth. You know, if the doctor's black and the nurse is Mexican and mom and dad are white, they look equally at all the faces. They'll probably look at that doctor first because, you know, that's the direction they're heading. But at 3 months, your racist son of a bitch baby starts showing signs of racism. That little shit. At only 3 months, he's automatically a piece of shit. Or she. At 3 months, babies look more at the face that matches the race of their caregivers. And they're a racist for that. No shit. You mean an infant that's only 3 months old pays more attention to, because at 3 months they still don't see great. They're not like eagle-eyed. But you're telling me that at 3 months, your racist scumbag baby pays more attention to the googly blob's tones of color that feed him or her, clothe him or her, cuddle him or her. Basically, the one who takes care of the baby pays more attention to. Well, no goddamn shit. I mean, Christ, I pay most attention to the people that feed me. When I'm at a restaurant, I don't pay attention to the other waiters and waitresses. I pay attention to the one that's bringing me food and drink. And I don't care what color they are. I just pay more attention to them. If she happens to be white, does that mean I'm a racist because I don't pay attention to the black waitress bringing drinks to the other table? Fuck no. It just means that the person that is providing me substance, basically the gift of fucking life, yeah, I'm going to pay more attention to them. And my eyesight isn't great because I'm 3 fucking months old. Okay, so if this dark blob doesn't pay attention to me, but this lighter colored blob feeds me and provides me with sustenance, I'm probably going to gravitate towards the lighter colored blob. I just fucking, how crazy can this world get? Oh, it gets better. Children as young as 2 years use race to reason about people's behaviors. My nephew's 2 years old. I'm not sure he has any reason about behavior at all. He currently likes climbing on things and drinking milk and loves his dog, who is black. He does have a black lab dog. So does that mean my nephew is not racist? But his parents are white, so who does he gravitate towards? The dog? Yeah, because he's friends with a fucking dog. He's 2. He literally has no concept of anything other than like food, shitting, and eating. Well, that's food. And the dog. At 30 months, most children use race to choose playmates. I don't believe that. I absolutely do not believe that. At 30 months, if your parents tell you that black people are bad, you won't understand that. It's no, you understand very little at 30 months with critical thinking, which would be like, hey, that black kid's bad for you, don't. Or if it's a black kid. No, we can't use black because later on it says it only affects white people. But yeah, no, at 30 months, your baby doesn't see color. I promise you he doesn't. Or she doesn't. It just doesn't happen. And then expressions of racial prejudice often peak at ages 4 and 5. Nope. No, they don't. Sorry, they just don't. These are lies. And a 4-year-old, again, is not looking at the Mexicans and be like, oh, they mow yards for a living. Or them black guys sell drugs. And that white guy's a white-collar criminal. No, man, that doesn't happen with a 4-year-old. They don't see any of that, even at 5. And they I tell you what, no 5-year-old has a black friend. A white 5-year-old kid does not have a black friend like, hey man, why are you black? And I mean, I'm prejudiced because of that. No, it doesn't happen. These are just lies and stupid fucking stuff. Let's see, where else? Okay. And see, this is why we said it couldn't be a black or Mexican baby. Because by age 5, the black and Mexican kids. Oh, I gotta talk about this too. Let me just write this down so I don't forget it. Okay, so this is the next one. By 5, black and Latinx. Oh, that's Latina, but we take the A out and put an X for whatever fucking reason. Children in research settings show no preference toward their own groups compared to whites. So what that means is that black and Mexican kids, they'll play with anybody. White kids, fuck no, they only play with black. They only play with white kids. White children at this age remain strongly biased in favor of whiteness. So again, your white baby only wants to play with white babies. Mexican and black kids, they don't give a shit. No, that's insane. That doesn't happen. That is just made up bullshit. Oh, it goes on. We only have 2 more. Don't worry. We'll get through this together. Just grab a drink and put it away, Chief. All right. So by kindergarten, children show many of the same racial attitudes that adults in our culture hold. They have already learned to associate some groups with higher status than others. Again, no, that's not true. That's a lie. That is just made up bullshit. There is no way a kindergartner who is 5 looks at an African American, a black kid, or a Mexican and says, My parents have more money than you because I'm white. Nope, it just doesn't happen. It never has and it never will. This is just a made up lie. Your parents are more prone to be a criminal than mine. Nope, they don't think that, and they're just lying to you. And if you believe this, you're stupid. And there is no help for you at all. And I don't believe any of that. Those are the stereotypes. No, no child believes that crap. Children don't understand stereotypes. Also, stereotypes exist for a reason, but we'll discuss that later. All right, now we get into the last one. Explicit conversation with 5 to 7-year-olds about interracial friendships can be dramatically improved. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start over. Explicit conversations with 5 to 7-year-olds about interracial friendship can dramatically improve their racial attitudes in as little as a single week. Nope. Nope. You do not have to talk to your 5-year-old, and you do not have to say, hey, Billy, you need to be friends with the little black and Mexican kids. Nope. You do not have to do that. They'll do it all on their own. Now, if you are an actual racist parent and you grab little Billy at 5 years old and say, hey, man, look at Darky over there, don't talk to him. Yeah, your kid will do that. But you can say the same thing that, hey, man, look at that truck, don't go near it. He'll do it. He might do it just to piss you off, but yes, they understand rules and they understand what you tell them, but they do not make these decisions on their own. And if you're not overtly racist, neither will your child. And to think back to the caregiver, no. Having a caregiver of a different race does not make you racist or not, or inclusive or not. It just means that literally the person that provides life to this child is the one that they're most interested in. Again, I'm most interested in the people that feed me and give me booze. That doesn't make me a racist. It just makes me a human. Okay, and I don't choose my friends based upon the color of their skin, and trust me, I'm not much more complex than a child, but I'm a little bit. And if I don't choose my friends based upon the color of their skin, I'm pretty sure the fucking kids don't. Especially when I've been subjected to 35 years of, good, bad, and different, and I've had to make my own decisions, and I've done that. The kid's been around for 30 fucking months. He barely understands English. He can't see too well. Or, again, I keep saying he, but she too. We'll get into that in a minute. But no, this doesn't exist. This is just made up fuckery. And people are like, oh yeah, your baby is a racist. Fuck those babies. Racist assholes. Okay, so let's see. Closing. So this is going to be something that might be taught, or I don't know. So in closing, young children notice and think about race. No, they don't. That's just a lie. They have no concept of race. None whatsoever. Adults often worry that talking about race will encourage racist bias in children. Comma, and I want to put a period there. Nope. Adults don't worry about that. Now, if you're going to talk to your children about race and you're going to be like, yep, but we don't like the colored ones. No, that's racism. And yes, your child will develop in that. But in a normal household, yes, racism is abnormal. But in a normal household, talking about race is not going to make your kid racist unless you make it racist. Unless you say, hey man, we don't like them whites. Actually, black people don't talk like that. Maybe some of them do. But no, it's not going to happen. I can get the kid to eat dog poop if I want to. Okay, be like, here man, try this. And he will. Kids are influential. So yeah, if you say, hey, we don't like Mexicans, yes, they'll get on that. But if you're a normal fucking person and you don't label people black, Mexican stuff, just like, hey, do you want to play with that kid over there? And he's like, yeah, okay, go play them. It's fine. Who cares what color he is? And then your kid's fine. All right, so let's start over. Adults often worry that talking about race will encourage racial bias in children, but the opposite is true. Actually, that's what I just said. So I probably should have gone on. Silence about race reinforces racism. Nope, that's another lie. If you don't talk about racism, that literally will eliminate racism. It won't exist anymore. Because if you don't label people by their race, which is the definition of racism, it won't exist anymore. So that's Dutch 1, Arizona Department of Education. Fuck you too. Silence about race reinforces racism by letting children draw their own conclusions based on what they see. I absolutely believe you should let children, adults for that matter, draw their own conclusions based upon what they see, i.e., their experiences. Do not form your opinions based upon what other people say. Go by what you see, what you experience. Okay? If you see a tall person dunking a basketball, you should probably assume taller people are better at dunking basketballs. Nothing about race. If you see that a short person can't dunk a basketball, you should probably assume or infer that short people aren't as good at dunking. Again, nothing to do with race. It's just what you see. Okay? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You don't tell kids like, hey, these people are inherent. No, let them experience life for themselves and form their own opinions. That's where the Arizona Department of Education can fuck off. You don't tell people how to think. Unless it comes to safety, yes. Tell little Johnny, don't touch the stove, it's hot, you will get burned. And he just has to take your word for it because you're his parent or you're his family member or you're just an adult who's not a fucking retard, okay? And the kid needs to understand that you have his best interest in mind because collectively as the human race, we should have each other's best interest in mind. All right, let's see. Teachers and families can play a powerful role in helping children of all ages develop positive attitudes about race and diversity and the skills to promote a more just future. But only if we talk about it. So there's a problem right there. You can't make justice, it just happens. Okay? And propping up one group of people because another's doing better is not justice. That's just fucking stupid. And that's going to lead us into Women's History Month, which let's just leave that there and just, I guess, jump into Women's History Month. Actually, today is International Women's Day, which, I mean, thanks to the left and half the women, it's lost all fucking meaning. Okay, you cannot have it both ways. Men and women are not equal. Now, if we take what men are bad at and women are good at, and women are bad at and men are good at, it might equal out with the numbers, but men are inherently stronger than women. It's the way it works. I'm sorry. It's fucking biology. Follow the science. It's science. Oh, I'm getting a lot of hate for this from the guys, but women are inherently smarter than men. Those are the difference. We may be stronger, but they're smarter, so they kind of cancel each other out. But if you're going to go ahead, and this is Biden's Equality Act or some non-fucking sense that men and women and all just play sports together. So, you have that woman or that man who thinks he's a woman in women's UFC's literally cracking fucking skulls is okay. It's not. You're stupid if you think that, and I can't help you. Men and women are not equal in every way, but in a general way, they are for different reasons. Men are stronger than women, okay? Women cannot play men's football. It's not going to fucking happen. And to try and force them into it is stupid. But you can't have National Women's Day if you're just going to say men and women are equal. Because if they're equal, then it's just another day. Because the line between men and women have been blurred because you're just going to let everybody be whatever the fuck they want. And that's insane. It's absolutely crazy. It has nothing to do with equality or equity. And I know many of you don't know the difference, and I don't have any time to explain that tonight because I think you should learn that on your own, personally. But no, women should not play in the NFL. They'll get killed. And men should not play in the WNFL. That doesn't exist. But okay, the NBA. Women should not play in the NBA. They'll lose. They will not be as good as the men. Vice versa, men should not play in the WNBA. That's unfair to the women. They will get demolished. We are different, and there's nothing. This is, if you take nothing away from any podcast I've ever created or any content I've ever created in the past, maybe the future I'll come up with something more profound. But this is the most profound thing I can come up with. Men and women are different. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is literally why we get together and, do the little froggy dance. There's nothing wrong with a man being stronger than a woman. It's the way it works. I'm sorry. There's literally nothing wrong with a woman being smarter than a man. It's just the way it works, and it's great. I mean, men can't have babies. That's women 1, men 0. Okay? Women can't bench press 1,000,000 pounds. Men can't really either, but it's hyperbole. I'll explain that shit to y'all later. Women can't. Men 1, women 0. So we're tied at 1. It doesn't matter. Okay? We're different for a reason, and our differences are what make us great. If we're all the same, fuck that. I don't want to be the same. I absolutely do not want to be the same. I don't want to ever meet anyone like me, because that's boring. And you don't want anyone like you. If we're all the same and equal, no, then what the hell are we doing? Some of us are smarter than others. Some of us are faster. Some of us are slower. Some of them are bigger. Some are tall, short, small, fat, skinny. We're all different. And for you to lump it in and be like, well, men and women, no, we're not. Okay? So if we want to acknowledge women, great. And I mean, there's lots of great women. Again, like I said, I love women. I think they're great. I don't know what I would do without them. My whole goal in life is to find the perfect one. And I will try my damnedest to. But I sure as fuck don't want it to be some dude who decided to be a woman. And we'll get into super transphobia in a minute. But no, we're different. And that's what's so great about this. Women are soft and beautiful and great. Men are rough and not. I mean, but I'm sure that women look at us like women are not great and men are rugged and awesome. I mean, that's the great thing about us is we're all different. And opposites do attract sometimes. And sometimes similarity personalities attract. But, I mean, fuck. I don't want a woman who can kick my ass. And I'm sure a woman doesn't want a man who's smarter than she is. That wouldn't be right. That's unnatural. Send your hate mail to @DutchTheBeast on the Twitter. We're on Facebook somewhere. I'll find out our links. But, everywhere else. So, yeah, I mean, Women's History Day or month, whatever, great. I don't believe everybody should have a month. If you want to do Women's History Day and acknowledge the women who have accomplished great things, awesome. Don't interject them into crap nobody cares about. Like, stop forcing them on, like, men aren't forcing men to get pregnant. And I don't mean that as like, oh, barefoot in the kitchen. No, it's a beautiful thing that women carry and develop life in them. Never take that away from them. And for a man to want to do that's not your place, dude. Stay in your lane. But as an example, the Avalanche game tonight, there's a female overhead announcer. Fine, but you're competing with Alan Roach. If you guys don't know who Alan Roach is, this ain't your podcast. The man's world famous, but stay in your lane. It's not for you. And I mean, I don't know. I can't say that any more delicately, but I hope you understand the point without prejudice. Because I'm not prejudiced. I love women. Okay? But there are differences that need to be recognized. And biological women should be offended when a biological male decides to be a woman and just like, okay, I'm taking over. Get out. But if a biological woman decides to be a biological male, they're not going to make it out. They're not going to push us out of anything that they want to be involved in. Because they want to, I want to play football with men. You're going to die, sweetheart. I'm sorry. But no man's going in there and be like, hey, I want to be smarter than a chick and try and outsmart you in some kind of argument. No, because we know better. If you're born a biological male and somehow you decide to be a female, you're still going to lose the argument, bro. Or chickie, sissy, I don't know. You'll never win. They're smarter than you are. So stop, just accept our differences. Be like, hey, I love you, you love me. Let's get married. But that is, if you want to be gay, awesome. If you're a dude who likes other dudes, go for it. If you're a chick who likes other chicks, go for it. Now, if you want to be trans or whatever the fuck, I'm not even going to get into that. But what the hell? I don't understand where we're just trying to force people into molds they don't want to, maybe they want to be in. And women, if you guys really want to be men, let me know. But I think it's one or two, and I think it's the media and politics that are jamming this down our throats. It's like I brought up the Avs girl. The only reason I bring up the Avs because it's what I've been watching lately. Like her big story tonight is who's the locker room DJ. That's not a sports report. That's just a fluff piece. How do you take that with dignity? You want equality? Why don't you do something in depth? Yeah, no. It's tough for everybody. I mean, apparently it's not as tough for white males, but actually it's getting tougher. We're the scourge of the earth. We're the pieces of shit of doomsday. I don't know. There's much more to say about this, but I feel like I'm kicking a dead horse at this point. Men and women are different, and we should just accept our differences and value each other for those differences. Stop trying to be on this equal. We're not. Women are good at things that men are bad at, and men are good at things that women are bad at, and that's kind of how God made us. I mean, that's just the way it fucking works. And stop trying to change it. Yeah, but you're me. Shut up, nerd. Nobody gives a shit about any of that. Let's see. So the insurrection never happened, or the second one. I think they just keep all those troops there to remind them what didn't happen on January 6th, because no guns were found, anything like that. Let's see, we'll just randomly go through some quick things. So, do you guys remember the wonderful woman who wrote a poem for Biden's inauguration, and she read it? And the only way I can contain this story is by inserting this, but I tried not to. It turns out she was black. And someone was going to translate that poem into Dutch or one of the Nordic country languages. And the problem is that the person translating it was white. And we couldn't have that, so they're not anymore. If you don't see it, I can't explain it to you. You're stupid. Let's see. Oh yeah, like I said earlier, in the Latina X or Women X. No, these are words. They're spelled with letters. You can't change the spelling of words. I don't even understand why you got rid of the A in Latina. If you can, or women, if you can explain that to me at Dutch Beast, at Dutch in Denver, no I. Anyway, explain it to me. And I want a logical thing. I don't want just because we're oppressed. That's not a fucking answer. You're a moron. Let's see what else we got. Oh, kids are in cages again. Oh no, I'm sorry. I can't read my own writing. Kids are in overflow camps. The hypocrisy. I don't understand how no one sees it. Trump put them in cages because of Obama. Actually, that was Obama who started it. Trump just let it go, but nobody gave a shit. And now that they're back in cages, they're just in overflow camps. Nobody gives a shit. Okay, so that brings us to stupid tweets. And let me see if I actually screenshotted any of the stupid tweets or if this was just going to be a general one. Because I do have some just general observations that I think should be acknowledged. And I don't have any photos, so we're going to just do general tweets. If you hop on the Twitter, I hope you guys are on Twitter. It's great. Because even if I don't use it, I'm using it less and less, but I think I'm going to fire it up back to promote the podcast. Because, folks, we need help. We need, support, either listeners or maybe like $1 or $2. I'm tired of paying people just to talk to myself. I mean, I'm not that tired yet, so I'll keep doing it. But if you guys love this, help us out. A dime, a nickel, $1,000, whatever you got. Or if you have any talents, like graphic or sound editing. Well, sound editing, we don't want to get rid of Batman. But if you're better than Batman, I'll dump him like a, dump truck. But yeah, we need help. I'd love to have you all engaged. If you're an avid listener, I'd like to have you on. We can chat for a little bit. We hang out. Hey, if you're cute, I'll take you on a date. That's not sexist. It's just how it works. Actually, it's not just how it works. It's just an open invitation. Okay, so for stupid tweets this week, what we're going to do is we're just going to do, like I said, a general thing. So I'm looking for it, but I actually can't find it. And you can find it by just typing it. I just don't want to type it because I'll be focusing too much on that when I should be focusing on that. Or y'all. They tweeted a picture of Biden walking away stoically and just like, another week in the books. Yep, another week in the books. The responses to that. Yeah, let me find it because Biden doesn't tweet that much. And let's just search Twitter for President of the United States. The Pontus. Oh, that's an A. The Pontus tweets. Okay. Because I'm sure this will be the top tweet. Nope. Okay, but he's walking away majestically, and they're like, another one in the books, another week in the books, and just the unbelievable amount of crazy shit that Biden supporters, and don't get me wrong, Trump supporters, I'm sure, tweeted the same crap at a dumb post. But, oh, and I'm stalling here just because I'm looking. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Okay. So on March 5th, the official president of the United States account tweets a picture of Joe Biden. Actually, it's a video of Joe Biden on his wearing a mask, slowly walking out of the White House, maybe into the, I don't know, just walking. He takes like 3 steps, with his mask on, and a bunch of people behind him with his mask on. And, it says another week in the books. So we're going to go to the responses, and these are what make me piss my pants laughing. So we have John in Calgary, at John in Calgary. Thank you, as a Canadian, for allowing me to trust U.S. politics for a week and not have an existential crisis. What existential crisis did Trump do? And go ahead. Again, I've given out the Twitter before. Just listen to it. Let's see. Here's one. I've looked at hundreds of photos and videos of Donald Trump, and not once did I ever see him holding a book. Well, I mean, Biden might be holding a book. It looks like he has a day planner and a binder. So, yeah, we can call that a book. But if you had time to look through hundreds of photos and videos of Donald Trump and you couldn't find a book, Dave Matt 88, get a fucking life, bro. I mean, let's just I can't help you. Like this, just go, we'll do a couple more. Oh, and then we do have a lot of people who are like, another week of not sending us our fucking money. Because didn't Biden say, like, immediately you will get $2,000 checks? We're going to get $1,400 of your own money back. But, oh, this one's funny. From Man from Marina. After 4 years of chaos, corruption, and controversy, it's nice to have a, quote, real president who really works in the Oval Office and is literate. It is literate, parentheses, seen carrying reading materials, takes notes, etc. If your definition, or if the way you judge my literacy is whether or not I'm carrying a book, or maybe it's not a book, I promise you. Books don't have like gold edges. It is literally a goddamn day planner. It's probably his medication guide and a binder. If that is your definition, if that's your go-to for literacy, you're the one tweeting this crap. Let's see. Some of those things, some of them are really great. So here's another one. I can't say any of this. It's not that I can't say it because it's inappropriate, because I say fuck, shit, damn all the time. It's just I can't pronounce this shit. Saliety? Who the fuck cares? This guy was elected to work hard for the American people. Almost 8 weeks in, the job he hasn't disappointed. No, I read that right. Those were commas and everything. Well, I think what the man meant was almost weeks in the job he hasn't disappointed. Almost 8 weeks in the job, comma, he hasn't disappointed. You're horrible at punctuation, sir. Gossens, you're a moron. Well done, POTUS Biden. In 8 weeks, Joe Biden has done literally dick all. And if you think he has done something, find me on the Twitter, or find me on the Twitter, and if you want an actual conversation, I'll bring you on the podcast. But I don't think you will. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, here we go from Georgian or Georgia One 203. Go Joe, you've got bipartisan support in this country. Clearly, ours in Congress are lagging behind. Let me explain what bipartisan support means. That means that both the two major parties, Democrat and Republican, support you. And if the R's, I assume she means, and I assume it's a she because her profile looks like that. But if the R's are lagging behind, that means they don't support you. So it's not bipartisan support. So one of two statements is incorrect. I mean, you can't have bipartisan support when the Republicans of Congress don't support you. These are the people who voted for this man and support him. They're fucking morons. Let's see. Ooh, Savage Mom. Underscore Savage underscore Mom underscore. Thank you. Can't be easy keeping up with all the trash to sweep up, new things needing to be done, myriad investigations ongoing simultaneously in every department of the executive. That's a Jesus Christ. What she should do is a myriad of investigations going on simultaneously, period, or comma would work too, in every department of the executive branch. That's a better bullet point, Savage Mom. Next bullet point, day-to-day business of running this country into the ground. Oh no, she didn't put it into the ground. That was Dutch. And then filling all, in caps, the vacant positions. What a hollow. There's nothing to that. That's just words. These ones I love. This is Super Smash game. Super Smash on MC at Super Smash MC. At still, we're talking about a 3-second video of him walking with maybe a day planner in his hand. Thank you, Mr. President. I'm not an American, but you have signed back into Paris Climate Agreement. Into the Paris Climate Agreement. That's okay. I know articles are tough for you foreigners. Basically saving Earth's future. Because when your predecessor withdrew from it, it was a dark future for the planet ahead of us because of all the fossil energy in the US. Thanks, Carrot 3, which is a heart. Oh, we got to do a climate change show. If you think climate change is man-made, you're stupid. And if you think fossil fuels are contributing to it, you're dumb because I don't think you know how windmills and solar panels are made. um, let's see how long I could do this forever. Oh, here we go. Cindy Charlie hyphen lawyer underscore Cindy with an I. ... The challenges you have faced, inherited, etc. So, usually when you say etc., in every area. Oh, let me read that more dramatically. I'm sorry. ... The challenges you have faced, inherited, etc. in every area. This is not normal sentence structure, even for Twitter. But I continue. You are remarkable. Thank you for your fortitude and perseverance. I know your faith and your staff, in parentheses. I don't know how faith and staff go together. That's usually like an add-on or a phrase or a, give you strength. Lots of people are asking for the money. Let's see. Mm. This one's fun. And then we'll wrap this up. Because teachers are my favorite. Because they're the craziest fuckers in the world. Not all of them, but I mean, come on, let's face it. The teachers union is completely goddamn insane. uh, okay, so again, we're responding to a picture of Joe Biden taking 3 steps with a binder in his hand, a mask on, outside, mind you. I forgot the outside part earlier, but as a teacher, mother, and citizen who felt so disheartened for 4 straight years, I am so thankful, all caps, for the humility, grace, and dedication you and Jill have brought back to the White House. Enjoy your weekend, Mr. President. Take what you will from that. That's just insanity to me. You got a lot of people firing back though too, which is I like to see, but nobody monitors this crap. And then we have dumb people also who I truly believe this person is stupid, who says brown underscore gold 7. A lot of swagger for someone who owes me 2K. No one owes you shit, motherfucker. Uh Literal Larry, Literal Larry 1 says, "You're the president." Good job, Larry. That is just what I expect for your side. Um, you guys got to read this because I can't do 2 hours of this crap. I mean, I could, but just even, for instance, let me find the. So somebody responds and they have a long fucking name, and I'm not going to read it because I just don't care. But the response, again, the picture is, "And still haven't visited a Trump property or lied to us. This is heaven." So I assume they're implying that Trump went to his own property, maybe even his own goddamn house, and that Trump lied a lot, and that Biden never has. So this guy's in heaven. Well, Winston Smith, who's W. Smith, 1984 underscore 2, responds to this dipshit super liberal man. Why would you ever advertise super liberal man? Which I don't think liberals can be men anymore. I think you're just supposed to say super liberal human. Is human okay to still say? Okay, but Winston responds to this with, "Remember $15 minimum wage? Question mark, lied. Remember 50K school loan forgiveness? Lied. Remember 2K checks out the door? Lied. But he found time to bomb Syria." Winston, if you hadn't said that other dumb crap, and clearly they don't get it, because now we're going to respond to Winston with he's been in office for 2 months, while the other 50,000 things were like, "Oh, you've done so much in 2 months, we just love you." And Comrade Cat at Jova, "And he will never have as much political capital as the amount he just wasted." Not sure that makes much sense, Comrade Cat, but good job. All right, let's find one more with "Stop asking for student loans to be canceled. Fuck off, you're stupid. Don't ever ask for that, you're dumb." Uh, there are some really good ones though. Like, again, minimum wage. Maybe I should do a podcast about simple fucking economics to you people. Uh, yeah, a lot of "where's my goddamn money?" Like, I like this. Oh, all right, here we go. Deborah Tella Nunamaker. Deborah Talata. God damn it, Deborah. I hope this is good because this is what's going to end our podcast. "Mr. President, congratulations on a job well done, sir." We should note that Deborah capitalized the M in Mr. but forgot the period. lowercase p in president. Congratulations on a job well done, sir, capital S, no comma. So already just, fucking Christ, that's just horrible. So, and I might be nitpicky, and I am, but I believe it's your native language, and you should, if you're gonna type a paragraph on fucking Twitter, it better be right. Now, when I respond in 1 or 2 words in a text, it probably won't be because I've been drinking and who gives a shit. But this well thought out garbage. Okay. So many. All right, let's start over. Mr. President, congratulations on a job well done, sir. So many are much in need, as you're aware. You're no E or apostrophe, just Y-O. Yeah, Jesus, Deborah, you're fucking retarded. Thank for our president and taking charge and caring about the people and those around you. You and the First Lady, whom I also just love, have put your life on hold and on the line for us. First of all, Joe Biden's whole life has been politics. He didn't put it on hold, Deborah. You're stupid. But I'm sure you voted. Travis Allen 02 says most successful 5th week in history. See, this is just, okay, so stupid tweets, we're done. We're going to wrap up the podcast. But my point is just find any tweet with any political leaning to it. Even find a right-wing tweet, okay? And you will have crazy fucking left people just insanely funny responses. You'll have some right people too, because some of the NRA tweets, the NRA is a scam too, by the way. We can discuss that later. But yeah, NRA tweet, read that. Those are hilarious. You'll have right people who are like, yeah, man, I want my gun, even though I've killed like 7 people. No, man, you don't get a gun. I'm sorry. But you'll have right people like, oh, or you'll have left people like, oh my God, guns kill everyone. Nope, guns don't kill anybody. People do that. But it just, go read some of the tweets on the political, some of the responses on the political stuff. It's hilarious. It shows how completely divided our country is, which I don't like. But it's where we're at. And then how fucking stupid we are. And that is what astonishes me. The decline in intelligence. And it really, I would venture to say that 3 out of 4 people in this country are fucking stupid. Not just like stupid, kind of stupid. I mean, fucking stupid. Just a special kind of stupid. The reason that shampoo comes with directions. It's tough. But hey, that's all we got for this week. No, not this week, for tonight. I'll pump out some more, and we'll get back in touch. We'll do a live show again. I think some people like that. If you just don't like it, fuck you. It's my show. I'll do whatever I want. But I do appreciate, as always, the folks who listen, the people who support us. Share it with your friends. Even if you're a hate listener or a love listener, share it with your friends. Find me on Twitter, at Dutch the Beast, at Dutch in Denver. No I. Just the letter. YouTube, Dutch in Denver, actually with an I. Facebook will get up and running, but just, support us, interact. If you agree, come on the show. We'll talk for an hour. We'll just have a good old buddy, bumping elbows and shoulders, like, yeah, I like you. We agree. If you disagree, let's have an intelligent discussion with each other. Say, I disagree with this point. You disagree with this point. Why? Where can we find the common ground? Where is the disconnect? Let's be nicer to each other too. We should really be nicer to each other, because some of you people do some horrible things to other people. But again, I appreciate it, guys. I'll talk to you shortly. Let's say in 2 months. No, I'm kidding. I'll be back before then. But I super appreciate it, and please go support us any way you can. Like, subscribe, give us a dime or two, maybe a quarter, and I will catch you soon. Bye.